Welcome back to B-rad DIY. Today I take a 28-ounce tin can and turn it into a stove that you'd use for cooking with a sterno or alcohol. This could be used for camping, emergency situations, or an extra burner when you're having a cookout. So let's talk sterno. I love sterno. I've been using it for years as a cooking source when I've been hiking, when I've been camping, when I've been cooking out as an extra burner. I use it in my home when I need an extra burner. So I've been using it over 35 years for all of those purposes, and it really is for me a go-to fuel when I go camping. I prefer to use sterno if I can. I have other fuels. I have a propane stove, a butane stove, I have a gasoline stove. All those are great, but sterno is just so convenient. You can find it at all of your big box stores that sell camping goods and things like that and kitchen gadgets. It will lighten the rain, it will lighten the cold, it will light with just a flint and steel, and it's just simple. You pop the top, light it, and you've got a fire. It burns clear, so sometimes you can't tell if you actually have it burning or not. There are two versions. There's this version, which is most commonly found on all the shelves of your big box stores, and it is a chafing fuel, so it burns at a real low temperature for warming food, keeping food warm, maybe bringing food up to a frozen food or something like that, up to temperature. So it doesn't put out a whole lot of heat. There's a cooking fuel which is becoming much harder to find, the sterno cooking fuel. That is a taller can with a larger opening. It puts out a lot more heat and it lasts a lot longer as well. But for this purpose, I'm using the version that's easy to find off the shelf. The other version you can still get online, and really it's just my personal preference. You could buy these little stoves. There's a couple of different versions of these stoves out there from different manufacturers. This is the one that I've had for at least a teenager, and it does okay. After this past weekend, I went camping and I used my Tin Can Stove. So this is after I made it and used it while camping this past weekend. I'm really happy with just the Tin Can Stove. It doesn't fold flat, but it works. Anyway, it's not a very efficient way of cooking, if you're in a hurry, but that's not really the point. Move a couple of things out of the way here. That actually took a while for that leaf to even catch on fire. Look at that. Alright, stove on. So 20 minutes on the Sterno, the basic can that you can find anywhere, Lowe's Foods, Harris Teeter, Walmart, Kroger, even some Dollar Generals. 20 minutes, still no boil. We're just sitting right at 170 degrees for water temperature. So I'm going to try to boil just 1 cup of water. Alright, 1 cup of water into the pot. Well, mostly 1 cup of water. Start the timer. See how long this takes. If that happens at all. One cup of water is not going to boil. It's been hovering around 179, 180 degrees for the last 7 minutes. So I'm going to modify this can. Now that's some Jello you don't want to eat. One cup of water. I can see visually that there's a lot taller flame, so we'll probably have a better chance of getting a boil out of 1 cup here. So about 7.5 minutes, 1 cup of water, a Sterno can opened all the way up at the top with the can opener. About 7.5 minutes, you can get water just at a boil, a very light boil, but a boil nonetheless. And this can that I modified into a little stove makes using Sterno a little bit easier for me. One thing I want to show you is if you do modify your can and you want to save the leftover fuel, you can get one of these rubber or silicone lids that you'd use to store your pet food after you've opened it. You can use this for your can of green beans or whatever, soup, if you only used half of it and want to store some for a little while. And that way when you use a decent portion of your Sterno and you still want to save some, you can. Well, the next video that I'm going to shoot, I'm going to make a video on how to refill these with diatomaceous earth and denatured alcohol to reuse this can and get a Sterno-like fuel. It's not exactly a Sterno fuel. That's going to be in a later video as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.